This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Me in 2012 because they won the case in 2011, so now they knew I was broke, and so they sued me. Well, they won that case too. So finally then in 2013 September 24th, they hauled me into court for contempt of court, and it was a hearing. Now which I understand, Jason, that in a court case, they're supposed to have a master audio copy. Do you know if they're supposed to have one for a hearing? Do you know that?
Yes, anytime there is any kind of legal matter, it's supposed to be recorded. And was it?
Well, they tell me that it was not. That all they have is a transcript, and the transcript is not applicable.
Right, and the policies and procedures of the court.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I would assume that if the policies and procedures was that all hearings must be recorded, and they didn't do that, that even your transcript that may be correct in your mind may be totally wrong because they didn't provide the audio tape.
Exactly, and they say that there is none, because I called them up and they said we don't do it for hearings, so there is no audio, there is no master audio.
Can you, there is no hearing, can you, just to bust their chops, ask them for the policy and procedure manual. If there's no policy and procedure, it's arbitrary and capricious, and they're bound by their omissions of not doing their job, I would think.
Yeah, I will ask them. I will give them a call and ask them if they have a policy procedure manual, and if it's published online, so that I can see that. But anyway, so here's what happened. Besides the fact that they did not have they claim they do not have a master audio or any audio of that proceeding. So they said we could go to court and challenge their bogus claim that our health food is a drug, because they say so. And it's whatever they say. You see, it's like Alice in Wonderland. Things aren't what they are what they say they are. So if they say pink is blue, well then pink is blue, and they're going to sue you if you think it's pink or if you call it pink. So they're nuts, and that's
not so much as nuts as they're set in a way because they're imperial capitalists trying to preserve their turf of turf.
Sure, the pharmaceutical poison drug manufacturers. That's their payola, and that's their boss, and that they're run by medical doctors. And they got guns and badges, and they use them. I mean, when they come into the places, they've kind of toned it down since so much notoriety, so they don't usually bust in and with their guns drawn and in the air and everything anymore. They just come in a swarm, and then they threaten you that when they come back, they're going to charge you $75 an hour. They're going to bring several agents. They're going to stay a long time. You're going to pay for their airfare, their motel, their food, and their coffee break.
Let me just interject. Excuse me.
Yeah.
If it's their job to be there because they're incriminating you, wouldn't you think that it would be on their tab, not your tab, because they are investigating you?
Yeah, that would seem more appropriate than coming in and just charging somebody $75 an hour times 6 for 8 hours, and then have them there for about 10 days sitting in front of your desk interrogating you so you can't do any work. Now, here's what happened. So this nightmare went on with them. We rubbed our eyes and we started to wonder if we were living in some totalitarian country. Now, there is hope with senators like Rand Paul, who has come to our rescue and reminded the FDA and everyone else that this is still America, and Americans still have the rights under the Constitution, which they ignore. I started my training, Jason, back in 1961 with Dr. Norma Myers, Master Herbalist and Dean of the Green Shores Herbal College in Vancouver, BC. And Dr. Myers was an Iroquois, Native American, and a close friend of Renee Cossey, the ESSIAC. She created the ESSIAC cancer formula. And, I continued my research with Dr. Myers until her death in 1988, when she gave me power of attorney to carry on her Christian ministry of natural health research and education. And I received a BS, my Bachelor of Science, my Master's, and my PhD from Green Shores Herbal College in ethnobotany and phytotherapy. And again, I'm also a graduate master herbalist, chartered herbalist, and a master herbologist, and I received my credentials of ministry and bishop's certificate from the Christian Heritage Institute in Florence, Oregon. So in the last 53 years, I've researched and studied with many of the world's greatest advocates of natural healing, including Dr. John Christopher. And I also was the executive director of sales for Nature's Herbs in Orem, Utah. And I founded Health and Herbs, a not-for-profit, unincorporated association that is an outreach of Good Shepherd Ministries. And I'm the bishop of Good Shepherd Ministries. I am a member of the American Herb Association, the American Botanical Council, and the Herb Research Foundation. And I've created, again, 14,000 natural remedies in the forms of extracts and teas and powders and salves and creams and lotions and capsules and tablets and even more. I've dedicated my life, Jason, to Good Shepherd Ministries, researching natural health remedies, making herbal medicines, and giving information to the public in the form of classes, consultations, radio, TV, blogs, and an internet presence. And there is a website that's all about my work, which I don't own, because I can't own anything anymore. If I owned anything, they would attack me and take whatever I had. So I own nothing. And here's a website about me and my work and a lot of information, and it's called herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com. And when you get on there, you click on common conditions, and it brings up a list alphabetically. Everything you want to know about cancer, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, cystic fibrosis, whatever it is, it's there. There's reports on it. You click on those reports, and in there it's listing various products that are listed in various research books that tell you that this product is a good food for you to be taking while you're, if you've got any health disorder. And we target certain foods for certain health disorders, okay, as nourishment, not as drugs and not as a cure. So,
that's a point of information. The Edward Casey actually was the man who actually forged through with natural healing, and he actually has created a chart for people to eat. What foods you shouldn't eat, and what foods you should eat a lot of. Like, pork you shouldn't eat, beef. We know that the beef actually takes more enzymes to destroy the beef in your system. But again, that's just another chart to go by. Now, with everything, I went through your transcript, the 20-page transcript, and you won that case. One thing I thought was so interesting that the judge Akin,
Ann Aiken, yes.
and Aiken turned around and said that to the FDA that they need to go after the potato chip companies, of course, and because what they put in. What oils are there that shouldn't be used?
Well, they're rancid
the
oils.
process of making fried food.
Well, what they're using rancid oils. They're using oils that are so high heated and so destroyed that they make you ill, and they're poisoning people. And even the judge knew that.
I understand that soybean oils are not good for you.
Right. Oh yeah, that's poison.
And it's a poison. Actually, it's to feed. It's something to feed the cattle. And one of the canola is another oil I think is not very good.
Yeah, canola. Yes.
Canola oil.
Right. Yeah. These are bad oils.
Corn oil is not good.
That's right. These are bad oils that can't stand any processing, and when you do process with these oils, they become rancid. They become a different chemical structure once they're heated and put into a potato chip and all of that, and it becomes a poison, and people don't know it.
So why is if these are known carcinogens or whatever agents you want to call them?
That's right.
Carcinogens because they are poisonous
Yes, they are.
for the body. Why isn't the FDA going out and going after these known food poisons?
That's not on their list. That's not in the scheme of things. That's just not what they care about. Their real target of interest is natural remedies. What they've done is they've turned every food, they classify it as a drug. Every food to them is a drug. Water to them is a drug. If I hand you an apple and I say, hey, this is probably good for your stomach, bam, that makes it a drug because it's good for you. If it wasn't good for you and if it wasn't a food, then it's not a drug according to them. These people are insane, and they're criminally insane. And that's the way they do it. So yeah.
How can we, the American people, confront an insane institution of the federal dumbasses to confront them? And then can we do it by a campaign? What can we do to foil their authority and power over us and permitting the imperial capitalist food companies and pharmaceutical companies from killing us? What can we do?
Well, here's what we can do. I put a disclaimer again on every page of everything. You see a disclaimer, and what we finally did is I told my family, because I sold my manufacturing and my herbal formulations and everything. I sold it to my family so that at least I would trust the people that are making the products that I invented, since I can have nothing, since I have a target written on my back, I guess, that says FDA crucify me. And that's what they're trying to do, and that's what they've done. So what we can do about it is, since 1986, I've manufactured natural remedies for our members. Okay, I'm not doing this for the public. Anybody who comes to me is a member of my church, I accept them. When you walk into any church in anywhere, you're automatically accepted into their church. You don't have to sign a paper or a contract that you belong to this church. If you're attending the service, well, you're a member at least of that service anyway. And so anyone that comes to us and they allow me to pray with them, wonderful. If they don't, that's all right, because I understand that some people don't want to, and that's all right. But they do want to talk about diet. They want to talk about their cancers, their fibromyalgia. Okay, so as a minister, I'm talking to them about these things, but I'm not prescribing or diagnosing. I do research. I go through the latest natural remedies for any health condition, so that they know what natural remedies are working scientifically. And I publish this research, and that's what's up on the internet at herbalhealthreview.com, published research, which I don't own. I don't own that website, and I don't own the other website that the manufacturer, betterhealthherbs.com, that's the manufacturer. And on their website, it used to give you the historical and traditional information about the herb. Now, when you go on that website, since they've been just harassed us so much, all you're going to see is the herb and the price in various sizes, and the instructions how to take it, and no information about what it's good for, historically, traditionally, scientifically. That's all verboten by the Nazi FDA. So I'm complying. And my family is complying, because my family, Jason, is the one that now owns all of that. Well,